Hello everyone, Elspeth here, and today we are back in Rising World. So just taking a quick look at what I've got done down here on the lower level. This is our additional space for storage along here, which I'm going to need a lot more wood to make. Then I've got my smaller crafting stations in here. We've got some storage under the stairs, some storage over here. This area I'm thinking is probably going to be the kitchen. Got a little spot back here that I'm hoping to turn into something that looks like a good cooking area. That's going to take a little bit of work. And then we'll continue on this way. And we found more iron. I have a lot of iron. A lot. So, very quickly here, I do need some doors. So I've already kind of tried to get a bunch of stuff together for today's episode so that we can really work on actually doing stuff instead of resource gathering. So let's start with some doors. Now, I really kind of want to be able to see through my doors. So I think I'll go for these down here. We'll start off with just 2 of those. And then I almost want to do solid metal. Seriously thinking about that. Maybe I'll do that for 2 of the areas. Let's go plop a couple doors down here. Definitely want this to be opening into the larger room. That might be good. So right about there. And then the other one. No, yep, no, yep, no. Oh well, let's spin that around. It can open this way. There we go. That's one. There's our second one. So we've got some doors going in. A little bit of actual protection here. And then up here, I'm going to put more storage chests. I don't know how far over I'll go, or I might put a ladder up along that wall there so I can get to the ones further over to the edge. But I figure it'll look cool and it'll make some good use of the space. So, got a little bit more work done here in terms of flooring. I like these stairs, but I like them as stairs. I don't really like them as a floor. So that's why they are out here. I like this texture, but kind of as a hallway. I want the rooms to look a little bit different. So, we'll figure that out. And then I'll probably have the hallway come along here, along the edge on this side here. So, gotta fill that in once I figure out what I'm gonna fill it in with. Here though, we will have a couple more of the doors. There's one. And I know it looks really funny to be placing doors when I don't even have the walls up completely. But, you know, that's life. Sometimes it doesn't always make total sense. And I think, where am I going to want my door along here? Over here? No, I don't think I want it right against the wall. Maybe we'll just come a couple blocks out from the wall. There we go. Of course, I still have to build the wall. But let's not concern ourselves with trivial matters just yet, right? First off, I want the orchard to go in. And before I put the orchard in, I need a walkway. So I might want this to be a bit of a narrow walkway. I'm not completely sure yet if I want to maybe do something a little bit nice and decorative over there. I'll kind of figure that out as I go, so to speak. But there we have the beginnings of our walkway. And let's see here. We can extend this out quite a bit. This will be a walkway that goes around the entire house. So obviously I'm definitely going to need more stone. But I think this is a good start. I'm not walking on anything valuable, am I? I don't think so. Alrighty. Almost ready. Go. And then, let's see. I'd rather be up on top of the walkway. I think that will make this a little bit easier. And I'm definitely going to want these filled in. They might just be decorative grass. I might put something there. I don't know. Going to need 2 for the width here, which I might increase later. There we go. But let's take a look at our spacing here. And when I mean spacing, when I say spacing rather, I mean spacing for our trees. That's right. This is going to become the orchard. So, that looks like it'd be a little small, doesn't it? I think it does. Okay, so that would be 4. I don't know. That still almost seems small for a tree. It almost feels like it should be like maybe there instead. So that would mean I would need another, oops, I'm gonna fall off in a minute, another 4 here. Okay. Let's try that spacing and see what this looks like. This looks much better. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That looks good because you got to think about it. These trees are going to grow up and I want them to have the space to do that. So let's go this way to about there. Not sure yet exactly how big we're going to make the orchard. This will kind of be a little bit of a work in progress. Of course, I do hope to get my hands on some lemon seedlings, lemon tree seedlings, and incorporate those into the orchard. Because, you know, having variety in your diet is good for your health. So we want to have that. So let's see here. And I have a lot more grass, so I can definitely make more of these. I have a lot more grass and dirt. So that is totally fine. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need that 3 spacing in between them. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we still have more. And we still have the apple seedlings as well. I don't necessarily want to put pathways through the orchard. I would rather just leave it as it is. So we did, what, 8 for this, right? Am I right? That's a really good question because I can't see it. Let's try that again. Yes, we did 8. So if I come over by another 8, oops, getting thirsty. Gotta watch that food and hunger. Let's see here. Okay, I've used up everything I have, so this is kind of going to have to be good enough. I might do just a couple lemon trees right there in that little patch, because we're really not going to have a lot of the seedlings for those. So that might be just fine. Now, how many of these did I just put down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 seems good because when you think about it, you don't really get a whole lot out of them. So this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I might put something shorter over there and do, yeah, I think I'll do lemon seedlings over here. Well, you know, a girl's allowed to change her mind. And I don't know, I'm kind of planting these in sort of nothing at these grid points. So I don't know how this is going to work when I come along and actually add more of the grass blocks in. Not sure about that. But in the meantime, wait, that's lettuce. I don't think you can regrow lettuce. I should know. I wrote a guide about it. I wrote it and then I promptly forgot it. That's good, right? Okay. Let's give them a little bit of room here. And these are cotton, so I'm not really going to need a lot because they're renewable. And then over here, let's leave that side blank. Let's go over to here and put in tomatoes. Got a lot of tomato seedlings. Don't know why. Okay, there we go. So that would be the beginnings of our farm. It's honestly coming along pretty well, I think. I do need a garden wall to go around it all. And then sorry, had to get a drink of coffee there. And then I do also want to think about having a stable and kind of a practice yard kind of area. And I don't know where I'm going to put those. I might put them over here. Because if you think about it logically, how you would set up a defensive area, you would want to put as many impediments in the way of an intruder as you possibly could. So making it more and more difficult for him to get to the more valuable areas, such as the mine, which, by the way, let's take a quick peek. I haven't gotten down far enough to find anything interesting in here, but I finally came through and put some stairs in. So it's a little bit of an easier trip down into the mine. Got torches up along here. And I did finally find an entrance way to something interesting down there. Way down there. So, definitely time to put together some weapons. And I don't know what it is about that. That it just... Oh, I put the steps down too far. That's what it is about that. Oh well, I'll fix that later. I'll fix that later. Nope, that's not ore. sometimes, depending on the light, it can be a little bit hard to tell. So that's kind of where the mine is at. We're possibly on the verge of finding something interesting. I definitely don't want to stray too terribly far away from this area here, my kind of starting area, because when the update comes out, it's going to affect areas that have been changed. So if you've built something in a part of the map, that is going to not spawn anything. Nothing is going to spawn there. So I want to kind of restrict where I'm building. And I do need to get some of the other large crafting stations up and going so that I can get a map built. Definitely on the to-do list for sure. Now we need some walls. These kind of suck. So the tricky part here is going to be, for one thing, you know, not falling into the hole in the ground that I haven't decided what I'm going to use to cover it. Did that go on right? No, it didn't. Well, I'll correct it in a bit. How's that? Meantime, we'll do that. Definitely need to get the walls up and an actual ceiling on this place. Not to mention the fact that it's going to have a second level. So there's that to think about as well while I'm in the midst of doing all these things. And I really kind of want these doors to be wood. Couldn't really say why. I just feel like they'll be better as wood. Okay. Come on. There we go. I was going to say, I've done this a few times. I know it's possible. There we go. Okay. That's looking, well, somewhat better. I won't say completely better. Now, I'd love to get some input on what you guys think would look good for the main floor, the actual flooring areas here. Should I do a different stone look? Should I do a wood look? Should I stick with the same wood? What do you guys think? Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. Let's fix... Ooh. Let's grab a couple more of these because we do need some more of the grass. See, there really is a good reason to save all this and to harvest the grass as well instead of just completely cutting it down. And note to myself and everyone else, really should start getting into the habit of actually carrying weapons when leaving the house. Gotta remember that. Alright, because you never know these days what could be lurking about waiting for you. Well, not these days, but coming up very soon. He did say the end of February or beginning of March, so that kind of translates into any day now we're going to be getting that update. I'm so excited. I hope you guys all are too. This is definitely going to be a major update and a major adjustment to this game. We've really not had to worry about much of anything so far. I mean, once you kind of get yourself set up, as long as you don't decide to build a cabin in the middle of bear country, you're pretty much good to go. You didn't really have to worry about much of anything. Now, it's just a cow. Now we are actually going to have to worry. We're going to have to be very strategic in how we move through areas. I don't know if You can prevent barbarians from, or bandits from spawning in new areas by building in them after the update comes out. That's a good question for Red, is to see if that's going to have an effect. So, like, if you wait until after the update comes out and then pack up some of your stuff and try and go set up a base of operations in a new unexplored area where the hostiles could spawn, are they going to keep spawning in and coming to attack your little base once you have it set up? Or will they decide to just ignore you and leave you alone? We don't know. So that's going to be an interesting thing to find out. Personally, I think this is going to be really exciting. This is going to add a completely new, very challenging element to this game. One that, while I definitely would not say that the game is incomplete without the hostiles, I think it's going to add a very exciting new chapter in the development of the game. You can definitely still have a lot of fun in this without any hostiles. If you like those kind of creative, very open-ended games where there really isn't an actual goal, you're just in it to have a good time and see what you can make. And I really need to make better entrances to my house, clearly. But if you enjoy those kind of games, this is always going to be a really fun game for you. You can just enable creative mode, load up a new world, and spend hours, days, weeks making something completely new. But for the people who want a little bit more of a challenge to survival, that's really going to take this game to a whole new level, having that challenge actually added in. So I hope that that maybe brings some people back to the game, and I hope that it brings a lot of new people to the game, because I know a lot of us have probably been following all the chats in the discussions in the forums about the changes that Steam has made and how that's affected a lot of the smaller game developers like Red. And it really kind of sucks, because the solution kind of is that, you know, the game needs to have more sales. But it's hard to do that sometimes with games that appeal to what is truly kind of a narrow selection of people. And I think there's a good chance that the update could change that. That could make this game very appealing to a much wider selection of people. And as time goes on, future updates that come in will do the same thing. Again, I think it's all very exciting. As much as I love the game the way it is now, I'm also really excited to just see where it's going to go in the future. I think it has a lot of potential, and I think it's going to be really fun to watch that. I'm going to use that for my porch patio areas. Let's take a little bit more stone. Actually, we're going to need a lot more stone. And, oh, I didn't favorite that. There we go. Let's add you to my favorites. Okay. Oh, here's the fog. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love the fog. This looks so real. So real, in fact, that it's creepy. Incredibly, incredibly creepy. Because it gets so thick that you just can't see through it. And I decided I am going to put one row there, and then I'm going to make this pathway a little bit wider. But look at this. Oh, that fog is just incredible. Every time it rolls in, I know some people get really annoyed with the fog, and I understand it does make things harder, but there again, that's one of the natural challenges that we have in the game, is just the environment can be challenging. Working around that and finding ways to accomplish what you're trying to do when you're working in a fog bank and can hardly see anything. And those are going away. Well, I have plenty of dirt, so I can always make more. Guess that's a good thing, right? There we go. That's better. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's so dark. Okay. I'm officially creeped out. We're going back inside. I know that I don't have doors that I can close all the way around, but you know what? I feel better hiding down here. I can see anything that comes to get me. All right, you guys. Since it's dark, we're going to go ahead and call this an episode right here. We'll work on getting the entranceways and the patio set up in the next episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I'm having a lot of fun. To me, Rising World is just always such a fun game because it's so open-ended. To me, that's the beauty of the game. I can come in and do whatever it is that I want to do. And I think that that's terrific. So, that's it for me, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.